Devolution is central to the Constitution of Kenya by how it redefines Kenya's governance framework by bringing governance closer to the people, with county governments being at the center of dispersing political power and economic resources to Kenyans at the lowest possible units of development. This is in line with this year's themes for the 8th Devolution Conference that saw Kenyans celebrating 10 years of ugatuzi at Kipkeino Stadium in Uasin Gishu County. Aside from the camaraderie of the great milestone, top government officials didn't shy away from drama and politics. Here are the details of the week that was. The 8th Devolution Conference commenced at the Kipkeino Stadium at the host county, Uasin Gishu, running up to the 18th of August with the theme 10 Years of Devolution, the Present and the Future. The first biennial summit, launched by President Ruto on Wednesday, brought more than 10,000 local and international participants, gracing the auspicious event, unifying leaders even from different political outfits. On the first day of the summit, one after the other, high-ranking leaders, including U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, praised the milestones Kenya has achieved in terms of devolution, stating that Kenya was becoming the destination of choice for many because it is the most stable democracy in the region. In addition, she commented on the contentious 2022 general elections, stating,
Kenya held what many analysts and commentators say was the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Kenyan history.
A statement that proved injurious to the opposition.
Governor
Azimio Chief Raila Odinga, during his keynote speech on Thursday, lauded the efforts of the governors at fanning the flames of devolution. The opposition leader spoke at length on the vision of devolution, stating that counties were economic shocks to the country and that some functions like housing, distribution of fertilizers, the building of markets and employing community health workers were all devolved functions, expressing concern over encroachment by the national government.
As far as devolution goes, my aspirations and those of the governors are aligned. We may have differed here and there about the management of our affairs at both the national and county levels. But when it comes to devolution, I believe our differences are only as to the method of attaining a goal. There has never been, and there shall never be, an argument between us about the goal.
He mirrored President Ruto's remarks on devolved corruption. However, in a retort which he coined,
Nyani haoni kundule. That means that the baboon does not see its back.
To dismiss the national government on talking tough on dealing with graft, yet it was culpable of the same.
That the corruption has been devolved. Corruption has also remained very big at the national level. So the national level has no business talking to you about devolved corruption.
In a quick rejoinder, Raila Odinga rebuked Ambassador Meg Whitman over her remarks on the 2022 general elections, cautioning her against interfering with Kenyan issues. Remarks that elicited mixed reactions.
Kenya is not the United States. Kenya is not a colony of the United States. Keep your mouth shut when you're here. Otherwise, you will call for your recall back to your country.
Speaking during the Tujiajiri graduation at Kasarani Stadium, President Ruto defended Meg Whitman, throwing jibes at the opposition leader over his remarks. The head of state disregarded Raila Odinga, expressing that as opposed to the USA, which is a friend of Kenya and a development partner, the Azimio leader was a saboteur of the government through his endless calls for anti-government protests.
Just imagining between the people who are orchestrating destruction of property and sabotaging our economy and those who are working with us to create investment opportunities and investment capital for the people of Kenya. Between those two, I was wondering who is actually rogue. I think it's for the people of Kenya to judge.
Challenges of insufficient and delayed funding have encumbered the devolved units since its inception. And just recently, on May 18, 2023, governors threatened to shut down operations due to overdue payments from March to May up to the sum of 94.3 billion shillings. But yet,
our sincere gratitudes for the end-of-year disbursements, which were on time for the first time in 10 years.
Devolution in Kenya is tangible today as residents in different counties are able to pinpoint projects they dreamed of in areas they never had. These gains, powered by the Constitution of Kenya 2010 through Article 174 and Article 175, which set out the objects and principles of devolution.
We all want devolution. In some counties, devolution was achieved in 10 years, what the national government was never able to achieve in 50 years.
Idadi ya watoto wenye walikuwa wamelemewa na masomo saizi imerudi chini kabisa Murang'a juu ya my governor. Juu amekuja na mradi mzuri sana inasaidia wakaaji wa Murang'a kabisa na jia wa kupea watoto wetu chakula.
Despite there still being challenges ailing devolution, the low-hanging fruits are indisputable, even with the majority of counties getting into infrastructure development as they are the most visible. However, the revolutionary nature of Kenya's devolution has changed millions of lives and the governance of the country.